Yeah.
Hey guys, you made it. You made it to my second episode in my first series, Perceive, Don't Feel. Let me start off by saying thanks. Thanks to everyone who continues to support me, who continues to like, who continues to comment, who continues to share. Thanks to all those who have subscribed. I can't thank you enough. None of this would be possible without you. I would be posting and no one would be watching. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But let's get right into the video. So this episode is entitled Dressing Room to Purpose. And in this episode, I want to highlight the fact that we all have a story. And with our big story, there are small stories. There are different fractions to our story, different segments of our stories. And with these stories, we have some stories that are like, we're scared to talk about. Or there's certain stories that are really touchy, to the fact that we've all been through some trauma. There's some memories that continue to cloud our judgment, cloud the way that we see ourselves and stuff like that. And in this video, that's what I want to bring across. That's what I want to talk about. So I have a story. I have many stories. I have one big story, but as I said, I have different fractions, different segments, and there are some that affect me more than some and stuff like that. And in this video, I want to share a story with you, and how it has impacted my life. It's so funny that we all go through something. But with these things, with all these pains, trauma, memories, what do you do with them? Do you allow them to drown you? Do you allow what you've been through to stain you? How long do you allow it to stain you? How long do you allow it to cloud your judgment and stuff like that? So I'm gonna share a story and then we get into it. So who's ready for story? Let me hear you say story time. Story time. Let me hear you say story time. Story time. Let's get into the story. So in my earlier stages of life, I believe in between the ages of 11 to 13, I was in this relationship with a guy that was about 3 years older than me. Apparently he didn't look the part of a church girl's boyfriend, or didn't act the part either. Persons from my church, persons that were put above me, weren't very fond of this relationship, and so it was a constant battle from them, right? Now there was also this day, his wallpaper was a picture of the both of us kissing, right? Now one of my youth leaders saw this picture and they spoke to him about it. When they saw this picture and spoke to him about it, he told the person that he understands where they are coming from and he's going to remove it, but please don't bring this to anyone else because we don't want to get it out of proportion. Other person said, sure, let's not bring it out of proportion, let's not tell anyone. Before that night ended, everyone knew. And ladies and gentlemen, after that, I was brought into several meetings. About this issue. And in and out of these meetings, they would have compared me to other teens at my church. Why can't you be as holy as this person? You're a disgrace. You need to act up. We didn't expect this from you. You need to be like X person. You need to be like Y person. You need to do this like X person. You need to do this as Y person. Listen, word curses came left, right, and center. And with all of these word curses that came daily, that came weekly. Because listen, this was like on and on. This wasn't a one day thing. I was calling to meetings for weeks, for months, and all these word curses and everything would go with would go in and out of these meetings. And trust me when I say I hated them for it, I hated them for it, because of this I started to doubt myself a lot. I even started to compare myself to others, or to try to be like someone else, to try to please them, to try to prove a point. There were days that I would just sit and cry. There were days when I would just get so fed up. I wouldn't want to go to church. I wouldn't want to be in the same space with persons who tore me down with their words, who tore me down with their thoughts, who tore me down with their actions. I was just not in for it. I was just not in for it. I was just not in for it. And for that period of my life, things were birthed. We're not even going to talk about the power of word curse in this video, but things were birthed. And even though I forgave them for what they did, I believe I did not sort out the issue the right way. And because of that, there are even times now where I would want to doubt myself. There are times now where I would second guess my abilities. There are times when I feel like I would want to even compare myself to other persons. There are times where I would purposefully step back because I don't feel like I'm good enough to do X, or I don't feel good enough to do Y. You know, I say this to say that not healing the right way, not attacking the root of the issue instead of attacking the fruit. I'll say that again. Not attacking the root of the issue first, but choosing to attack the fruit is dangerous. Is dangerous. And guys, with that said, you have to heal the right way. You have to be honest with yourself. We've all been through something. No, it's not the time to act perfect. No, it's not the time to lie about what's going on. I'm asking you, what happened in your life that causes you to struggle with jealousy? What has happened in your life that has caused you to struggle with fear? What has happened in your life that causes you to struggle with self-doubt? What is it that has happened in your life that has caused you to have a problem, that causes you to find it hard to love someone, to care for someone, to even look at yourself? Are you attacking the root of the issue? Go back in time. Go back in time. Guys, healing is a process. Healing is a process, and it takes time. The difference between now and then with me is that now I am more secured in my identity. Even though these thoughts come at times, even though these urges to want to doubt, to want to compare comes, I now have a more secured identity. And I am able to go back to the manufacturer. I'm able to go back to the manufacturer. Let's look at a phone. When you have an iPhone and it's malfunctioning, do you go to KFC? Do you go to Burger King to sort out this phone? No. You go to a phone person or you go to the Apple store. Why? Because you know that no one will know the phone better than them, because they made this phone. They study these things. They know the parts inside out. They know how the parts work. Who made you? Who knows you best? Who has already written your future? Who owns the plans for you? God. Who knows you? Go back to Him. Seek your identity in Him. Not what every other person says. The opinions of others don't define you. They don't. They don't define you. And I say all of this to say that, guys, be honest with yourself. There are a lot of things that our generation is struggling with. But everyone is scared. Everyone wants to paint this picture of perfection. Wholeness. A wise one once said, wholeness is a journey. Wholeness is a mindset. Wholeness is a journey. Wholeness is a mindset. And trust me, you will never start the process of being healed without first being honest with yourself. You will never ever start the process of being healed without being honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Attack the root of the issue before the fruit. Go back. What happened in your life? What happened? What memories do you have plaguing your mind? What trauma? What is it? And you see, when you really think about it, when you really sit down about it, and you really start being honest with yourself, go back to your manufacturer. He'll know how to put you back together again. He will know how to mold you back. He will know how to put everything that seems out of place right back into order. He will know, and He's not ashamed of you. Don't spend your time in this season condemning yourself. Don't spend your time in this season hating yourself. He already knew you were going to mess up. He knows that you're flawful, but He still chose you. Will you choose yourself? And guys, there's so much I plan to say in this video, but God loves you. Many of you watching this are so hurting this season. You're hurting. You're traumatized. You've lost your way. You've lost your sense of direction. You're hurting. You're hurting. You are hurting. Go back to the drawing board. Think. Be honest with yourself. And with that said, I say once again, I urge you, tap into you, love you, care for you. You are depending on you. Just press. I'll see you in the next episode.